pyramid of power with eyes that can see it all. Cameras to capture your image at City Hall. Realize they listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to y'all. Brave is the army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determining life of mankind. Of cancerous, how we breathe vapors. Green got us bleeding in streets for cheap paper. Assemble the masses, melt the plastic compound. Realign when the shit gets drastic. Lit the veil when the systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. The power with the power with Charles Jurassic. Nation T-Rex with covert tactics. Rise from the ashes, take back the atlas.
Bring the madness.
Bring the madness. There's a pyramid of power with eyes that can see it all. And cameras to capture your image at City Hall. Realize they listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to you.
Brave is the army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determining life of mankind. Of cancerous, how we breathe vapors. Green got us bleeding in streets for cheap paper.
Assemble the masses, melt the plastic compound. Realign when the shit gets drastic. Lit the veil when the systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme, a government racket. The power with Charles Jurassic. Nation T-Rex with covert tactics. Rise from the ashes, take back the atlas.
Bring the madness. Bring the madness. Bring the madness.
Bring the madness. Bring the madness.
Yes, tell the people right now. Pegboard nerds must have you locking at the sound. All of the gyal a go passing when me fire go drop them a coming. Murder. Me a the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out some mics sting ya. Better turn it, I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around, we all go burn them. Listen to the word and the fire you catch in the middle. When the flames catch, I put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man single give a sign. I pull your gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man single give a sign. I pull your gun finger trigger. Pull your gun finger trigger. Pull your gun finger trigger. It's a bad man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger. Me a the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out some mics sting ya. Better turn it, I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around, we all go on them. Listen to the word and they buy ya shots in the middle. When the flames get higher, put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire, it's a one-man single, give a sign. And pull your gun finger, trigger. Gun finger, trigger. Gun finger, trigger. Gun finger, trigger. Return all of the fire, it's a one-man single, give a sign. And pull your gun finger, trigger. Gun finger trigger. Pull your gun finger trigger. It's a one-man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger.
drop bombs, yeah. Now let me see you go off like a bomb. Bombs.
Chilling in the chair, I'll be sipping it. Watch a bunch of shows, I'm getting it. Yeah, I understand it's a quarantine, I got to be chilling all alone, but I'm getting sick. People who be running after the office, signing politics, scrambling to tell the kid to stop. I ain't gonna leave the room, I don't wanna kill a few with that, the shit that is inside my cop. Look at the drop, taking it bigger than now, taking it part of the crowd. Don't wanna pop, I don't wanna them down, better be kicking them out. Look at the rock, smoking loud up in my damn house. Solo though I know I'm never.
Yesterday we got a shock. Are we going to get the same today as well? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to NODWIN's Valorant Conquerors Championship 2022. This is the road to VCT for the South Asia region, CA. As I mentioned, yesterday we got a huge shock. Is today going to be the day as well?
I'm just looking forward to the matchups, Necro, because either way around, it's a big, high-stake matchup here today.
Yeah.
Both Velocity Gaming as well as True Rippers fighting for their tournament life. And that's not a statement I thought I'd be saying for Velocity Gaming anytime soon. But hey, unlike GE yesterday, they don't have a wildcard slot in the bag. They need to win today if they are to keep that VCC lifeline alive.
Yeah, that's a really good point. As CM mentioned, they do not really have another chance. If Velocity does lose over here against True Rippers, that means Velocity Gaming will be completely out the gate, out the tournament. They will never be seen in the future. Their VCC journey will be over. Same thing goes with True Rippers. Yeah, for the next. But then it's the same thing for True Rippers as well. If True Rippers are out, you're never going to be able to see True Rippers indeed in the entire VCC in the front. But yeah, let's take a look at the overview schedule and let's find out where are we currently. Currently, we are at the India Qualifiers 2, and these are the semifinals. So yesterday, we had a little bit of issues with the Riot client, so that's why a little delay is over here. So today, we're just going to be covering one semifinal game that is between Velocity versus True Rippers.
Yeah, Velocity Gaming versus True Rippers. As you said, today it's going to be the semifinals. It was supposed to be the finals, and then as you can see, we'd continue on with the schedule. But if you've been following the NODWIN Gaming official social channels, then you know exactly how the schedule is shifted, which is today it's going to be semifinals, tomorrow it's going to be finals, and then the schedule continues on as it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, schedule pretty much is going to be the same, just a little day, 1 day ahead. I would say 1 day. It's nothing much special. There will be unstoppable action for you guys. Let's take a look at the tournament explanation just to get a little bit of more things in your head. So we have India, of course, 2 slots from India in the grand final playoffs, and then 1 slot from Pakistan, Afghanistan. Pretty much 1 slots from all the other regions, and then you have 2 slots from wildcard. Now, this is really huge. As we mentioned, Global Esports have already got their slot in the wildcard after losing the match that happened yesterday, so there's nothing really much to worry about. So any of the teams that loses over here, though, they're not going to be getting any slot in the wildcard. So that's something that is really over here that you guys should be noting down. But another thing that we talk about is prize pool. Now, this is something we had been talking about. This can be a factor that can also add a lot of pressure on the team, especially, I mean, the organizations as well. Prize pool is something that everyone likes to eye out for, even including the MVP. $1,500 in his hands, man. That's all you need. Let's take a look at the prize pool. Let's find out what's on the stake. As I mentioned, $30,000 on the line, $15,000 for the first place.
Yeah, a lot of money up for grabs, but really what we always end up talking about is that MVP of the tournament. As you mentioned,
yeah,
$1,500 up for grabs. And a couple of players that we're going to be watching today, key players for that prize itself. We've got Deathmaker on the side of VLT, and then recently, One Tap God, well, he's really been stepping up his mark, so I think he's going to try to make his mark and try to not just take down VLT, but at the same time really set himself up for that $1,500 prize.
Not gonna lie, man, today's a cold day. Like, my fingers are cold. God damn, I'm literally feeling it. Wait, you have the AC on?
I like it cold,
How?
man. I like it cold.
Man, I'm freezing over here. My fingertips are literally cold. But yeah, moving on. We also took a look at the prize pool. But today, we're also going to be taking a look at the brackets and finding out where we are currently. So let's find out on the brackets. So, of course, as I mentioned, these are the semifinals, #2. And this is going to be a best-of-3 series, just like yesterday. Velocity versus True Rippers. Now, True Rippers is one of those teams that you cannot really underestimate. We've talked a lot about Velocity, so I don't really feel like we need to extend over that anymore. This is where we really need to talk about True Rippers. And True Rippers, yesterday, we saw a flawless performance against Reckoning Esports, and Reckoning Esports is one of those teams. As I mentioned, they have a really good lineup. Having a player like Smokey, they have a couple of more star players in their under their sleeves, and they're still able to take them out flawlessly, pretty much like 2-0 scoreline in the end of the day. So True Rippers is one of those teams that can really rip you off if you give them the confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what's really important here is that momentum factor, right, for Velocity Gaming as well, and the Veto. Now, we've seen the Veto. I made my prediction on the basis of that, and I have to say it's quite a controversial one, in my opinion, in the sense that it's not at all what I expected, or any person who's been looking at the stats of VLT or True Rippers would have expected. So you have to start thinking, what do True Rippers have in mind? Because if you talk about it statistically, right, you have to assume that one of the weak maps of Velocity Gaming has been the map of Icebox, where we've seen them try the jet race composition.
I'm going to take a look right now.
Didn't really work out as much, and for True Rippers, it's been an amazing map. We saw how good Paradox was against the Clutch and Tryouts. We saw yesterday how damn good Bones was. So I want to see that Icebox map really pop up. But hey, talking about what's good, Necro, beautiful exclusive merchandise just for the viewers every single day.
Every single freaking day. Of course, beautiful merchandise, and all you guys need to do is go ahead on your social medias and just make a post saying #VCC and also tag @NODWIN Gaming, and you guys will have a fair share chance to try and win this giveaway. But yeah, I just took a look at the map Veto as well, and I like this. I love it.
You like
the funny part is that I mean, I honestly feel like this is going to be really good for a competition. I feel like this is going to be something close.
This is where I'm like,
I honestly feel like
I'm a little opinionated, I guess you could say. But before we get to that itself, a big giveaway might unlock if you're able to push for that 50k live watching. 50,000 rupees in terms of that giveaway comes through with 50 Amazon gift cards worth 1,000 rupees each. And all you gotta do is get your mom, your dad, your cousin, your brother, your mother, your sister. I said mother twice, but that's okay. Just get your mother twice as well. Just make her a new account and just everyone watching through, it's all right.
I mean, I literally got two. I have 2 devices, okay, and usually when the VCC is live, I just put the stream on both of them. I'm like, all right, let's get him. And even I want some money. Yeah, I want some money. I'm broke as hell. Same thing goes with CA.
No, but I'm pretty sure I mean, maybe from our alternate accounts we could sneak into the giveaway, but I'm sure if we came in
Ooh,
from our main
that's a good
accounts and our
idea.
name popped up, our management would be
they're
like,
just gonna kick us.
reject instant.
Yeah,
But hey,
there we go.
we have the
map
Veto
pool.
online, and this is something that is instantly sus for me. Like, leaving Breeze up against VLT, I feel like it's a recipe for disaster. But Bones has been really good on the chamber. Paradox has been really good on the
Yeah.
chamber, so let's see if they can make it work. But what I'm really confused about is not only do they not pick up Icebox, they ban out Icebox, which I'm not sure what the logic is over there.
No, I honestly feel like True Rippers are gonna give a tough fight here. I don't know why. Because in Breeze, we saw True Rippers kind of like playing out. So True Rippers are truly playing with the fullest potential here. True Rippers do realize they have some cracked aimers, and I'm pretty sure over here, they're going to try to utilize that aim key as much as possible against VLT, because we have seen VLT, Lau. I mean, in VCC 2022, somewhere down line, when the pressure is quite a lot, VLT do start missing quite a lot of shots. Let's be honest. Let's not just, yeah, I do understand they have a lot of experience, but still, I mean, even sometimes best of the best crumble down under a lot of pressure. So True Rippers, I'm pretty sure this is where they're going to start to gain momentum, especially having players like Paradox and especially having players like One Tap God underneath their sleeves. All you need to do is just set these two up for succession, and they'll just line up bodies.
And the thing is, like, I understand after yesterday, I'm sure True Rippers and One Tap God are feeling extremely confident on Haven. It's just like Amitarasu on KO, that old Phoenix days, it just automatically makes me inclined towards them. But we don't have to think about that for a little bit more. Coming onto the map with Breeze, we see that standard Sova Sky composition come out for the side of VLT. There is absolutely zero chance that Yoru gets locked in.
Yeah, I
It
was
is just
like,
going to
what?
be the Sova Sky. The biggest difference being the chamber versus the Cypher. Now, I will say, we saw this on Breeze before for Velocity. Hellfighter's lurks are instrumental to their success. He's so damn good with his ability to get into these nifty corners, uses cages to strike fear into his hearts of his opponents. But I think the chamber perfectly suits Bones. We saw how good he was with the Tour de Force, especially since they're starting on that defensive side. To add on to that, it does make it that much more stronger. So I think this first half is going to be crucial, Necro, because Bones needs to make an impact on that chamber in the defense.
Yeah.
But similarly, Hellfighter is going to be truly unlocked on his attack in this first half. So it's going to come down to those two players, Bones versus Hellfighter, in my opinion.
Oh, man. I feel like this is going to be a tough one, man. VLT, you guys better buckle up, because I honestly feel like True Rippers, they have some kind of game plan. If they're choosing Breeze against you, that means they're trying to play with your heads. That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%, but it's a double-edged sword, right? Because imagine VLT is playing with their heads and actually manages to get a win, and therefore a spot in their heads, like, basically sets up a camp and be like, yo, we're gonna be here for the entire series, and to get us out, you're gonna have to put some serious cases, you know, you're gonna have to get some tugs, and I'm not so sure if it's that easy to displace VLT from your head, especially Amitarasu, once he gets it going. But as you can see, some beautiful scenic views. I think that's a Warhol fish right there captured. But
What's in the containers?
oh, so it was supposed to be like all these kind of plushies, which is why like when it comes out. But it's weird because what Breeze actually is are those Radiant boxes. So especially considering that the ship has capsized, I think it was Radiant boxes. But talking about aim battles, it looks like VLT's come to play. Deathmaker and Hellfighter, the Bongo Bros instantly just whooping TR in this case.
Wait, which bros? Bongo Bros. Okay, kind of like that, not gonna lie.
One enemy
Yeah,
remaining.
but there we go. VLT just kicking things off on an aggressive note, and this is what we like to see. Just amping up the pace, and True Rippers, they don't even know what just hit them in this round. Oh my god, look at them. They're just crumbling down under a lot of pressure. Paradox not really landing any headshots this time. And VLT, within a blink of an eye, the round's done.
Damn it, I really wish that last kill could have been a headshot kill. Because all the first 4 kills were headshot kills. And then you can be like, headshot pistols only, guys. Whoever doesn't headshots, you
Oh my
just
God.
automatically have to forfeit the round. But that's not the case anymore. Netmaker, not able to find. I'm kidding, it doesn't matter. Able to pick up the round, Velocity Gaming. That first pistol, you can see the aggressive nature with which they're going to approach this map. Very reminiscent of when we previously saw them on Breeze as well. Conditioning is a very important part of this team's playstyle, getting information as well as denying it. So in those first 3 to 4 rounds, when they have equal buys, I'm fully expecting them to be aggressive. But right now, as you can see, a bit cautious on their defaults, fully expecting True Rippers on their eco round to try and push forward, find some trades, but that's not happening. Instead, True Rippers are gambling in the sense that they have a multi-stack on this A side, but Marshall versus Marshall, Deathmaker sits down one tap dot.
Yeah, there we go. Wall comes in as well. That's kind of like a retake wall, but again, that's not really going to be a possible scenario here because VLT, they've already got a lot of kills on the board. 2 men down on the side of True Rippers, and they also do not really have any economy to back them up, so
Cage triggered.
they should be able to retrieve 2 Marshals from that. But look at VLT just trying to play some mind games. LFF as well, all the way in deep mid. Pretty sure he's going to try to catch someone off guard. Talk about Vapor, man. I got to say, I've seen a lot of improvement from this man. Some drastic improvement. I just feel like in 2022, Vapor just feels like he has a lot of freedom to play. He has a lot of confidence.
Spike planted.
Yeah, he certainly seems to. I think that confidence is a factor because we saw him in previous series not able to live up to the expectations we have from him when he was not necessarily feeling that confidence. But right now, VLT, it does certainly seem like they've come with a sound game plan. They're like, we might not have been in this high pressure situation before where our tournament life is on the line, but hell, we're going to make them pay for putting us in this situation in the first place.
Oh my god, yeah, it's just like currently if you talk about pace from 1 to 10, the meter's completely high. It's on 9. And the way VLT as well, they're just playing the games, even though they did realize it's just kind of like eco round for True Rippers, they still did not fully commit on the A side. Instead, they try to keep the guns in their hands and try to play on an eco. And now this is pretty much going to be a bonus round for VLT, so they're going to be having a little smile faces on there. And I do want to see what Deathmaker's got to deliver with this Bulldog as he's retrieved it from his teammate. In the previous round, he did fall apart, so does not want to waste a lot of eco. I'm pretty sure what the main key here is try and get Deathmaker on that operator.
Now look at this, very aggressive in that mid area from the side of True Rippers. They've got a ton of map control for themselves, and this adds on to the way they're playing this map. You see the Viper wall for the defense, full B retake on that side, allowing the Viper to play heavy anchor, but he has a trademark. Just in case he wants to leave side and match up that mid area, there's a trademark on that B main angle to make sure that he doesn't get caught off guard. So they are trying to account for every single possible setup, but right now, VLT might get caught off guard in this rotation. Amaterasu gets spotted, but the shots don't land. And just like that, that should tell them there's at least 2 players towards that mid area. Since they saw the guiding light come out right before, this will allow VLT to go for a hard execute, because look at Hellfighter. He's taking hard Hall's control.
Yeah, indeed, he's taking hard Hall's control, but still, the side control now, that's all they really need. VLT getting the side control and also a lot of dominance asserted on the side. That's all they really need. 3 players trapped behind the little pyramid, but they still do want to flush him out one by one. Right away, somehow is able to find one tap God with the Ghost, and well, within a blink of an eye, we're now to final man alive, and LFF pretty much will shut him down too. A flawless round on the board from VLT, and it seems like True Rippers, they're just not able to do anything. Yeah. Oh, and look at Deathmaker with some thick plays in the sight. He's able to shut down the man and also able to do his job pretty much. That's the Call of Duty right there. Deathmaker will report on time. And now Vapor as well will just shut 2 of them down. What's going on? True Rippers, they're not even able to get a single kill on the board. And VLT, they're just laughing it off. Makes a lot of sense, man. Especially when you do have that much amount of dominance going on inside the game. You might as well try and laugh it off and get your confidence a little bit more boosted. But again, keep this in mind. You do not really want to be overconfident. Yeah. Oh, the butterfly knife. The Yoru comb. The butterfly comb. think so. It's kind of like the butterfly comb. Don't exactly know what it's called yet.
I've got your trail.
Kind of forgot, but yeah, you can just call it the butterfly comb, I guess. Makes sense.
I think a bit of a tech regard. We were talking about, yeah, that butterfly knife, I think is definitely one of my tops, but VLT continuously being dominant, 5th round in a row now, trying to aggress
Oh my
onto
God.
this A side, and True Rippers, they have no answer. In very much true VLT style, they are getting ripped to pieces, but Master has something up his sleeve. A nice lineup will make sure Vibor at least goes down. Will 3v4
Oh
and the
my
retake
God,
and the
what?
crosshair for Deathmaker is just absolute perfection.
What?
Shuts down one tap guard with just one tap. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, that's indeed gonna hurt quite a lot. On the other hand, True Rippers, they're just completely decimated emotionally. Their mental is just not in the game anymore, and True Rippers, they need to try and figure out some other way to try and get the confidence on the board again. Yesterday in the interview, we did see True Rippers. They did say that they have a lot of confidence, and look at this. You cannot have more confidence than the man Deathmaker. He just has so much at this point to deliver. Yeah, as you mentioned, they also cannot really try and go for. Actually, they did, yeah, but not anymore. The operator cut off. Right to Ace pretty much doing a good job making sure the operator is not going to be on the board on the next map. So, yeah, True Rippers again. Economy is going to be in shambles, and so is True Rippers' mentality.
Enemy remaining.
These shots on the operators, man. What? Right to Ace and Deathmaker. Okay, guys, I see you.
Yeah.
What I do really want to see besides that, though, is does Deathmaker have the Champions Vandal? I don't think I saw him use it. I think it was on the RGX Vandal, or I'm not sure what it's called, something like that.
RGX.
Yeah, and Hellfighter, it doesn't have the Champions Karambit either. So, oh, it's Amaterasu has actually picked that up this time. How do these guys decide which skin they want to pick in which map? Or like which series, not even which map, because previously in this series, Hellfighter had the Champions Karambit and Deathmaker had the Champions Vandal. But
It's
enough
like-
about skins, because
Oh my god,
Okay.
talk about skins, and where we have Crosshair just ripping VLT skins apart with the Sheriff. He's able to find two, but he's not able to get away. That's the problem, but still, I feel like he's done his job delivering on point, but one tap got on the side as well, trying to click some heads. He will find one. 2 players left alive for VLT. The pressure certainly will build now. This is what they exactly needed. A little good ground for True Rippers. They got themselves on the board, and VLT will start crumbling down under some pressure. But again, it just would be one round, and if VLT do manage to pull this off from their mouths, this will be pretty impressive.
kind of wish we had a replay of exactly how Crosshair was able to get not 1, 2 kills with the Sheriff in
Yeah.
that elbow push, because you could see from True Ripper's perspective it was quite simple. Expecting
30
aggression
seconds
towards
left.
mid and B this round, they had a stack ready, but at the same time they acknowledged that, hey, they've done 5 rounds in a row A, so we're going to be proactive, get information on B, make sure that if we have to, we can retake A with quite ease, and in that, Crosshair finds a double kill. But hold on, Necro, because this round is not over just yet. Now, 2v4 on the map, the plant will
10
certainly
seconds
go
left.
down. And you can see not much utility available
Oh.
for Ace, so he's playing fully
planted.
on that rotation denial role. Bones? And caught off guard. He's able to shut him down, and just like that, the Viper Spit is online. The retake has become so much more difficult for True Rippers.
Yeah, it's still 3-on-2 though. Right to Ace did take a Marshall shot on his chest, so he's kind of hurt. It's like 2 bullets from Randall, or even a Phantom should seal the deal, but now Amaterasu picking up a kill like that. The man advantage not there anymore. Right to Ace peeks out in the open. The confidence is quite a lot, but still, he's only able to get 1. At least he delivered something. One tap god's the only man left alive. Oh no, dashes straight inside the pit. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but still went for the went against the odds, and well, the odds don't really favor him this time.
I kind of wish he'd done a fake dash. Like maybe dash into the container or dash towards the right of like the back of the Viper Spit to just catch Amaterasu off guard, because as soon as he revealed his position with the Vandal shots, like that's the biggest difference between a Vandal and a Phantom, right? Where you can see the bullet tracers coming through from the Vandal. You can exactly predict where the shots are coming from. From the Phantom, not necessarily as easy. Still possible, don't get me wrong, but not easy itself. So Amaterasu, as soon as he saw those Vandal shots and heard the dash, knew he had to just instantly flick over to his left, able to shut down one tap guard and shut down True Ripper's hopes and dreams from a 2v4. Still Velocity Gaming with a 6-0 lead. And now you can see the Halt's control for Hellfighter continues. He's pushed in so aggressively, I think with the help of just one cage. And now because of that, his team is able to slowly take mid control. And in mid round, they can easily go for a mid to A split, Necro, if Hellfighter breaks that trademark and attracts all the attention towards him.
It's VLT's gesture that they're actually welcoming True Rippers this well. I don't know what to say, man.
I'm not
it's
sure
just like
how kind of a gesture that is, though.
that's the gesture of I don't know,
Rippers.
bloodshed. Okay, yeah, that works too. True Rippers are truly getting ripped.
Wait, is this a default operator skin? Okay, it's not something we see quite often in pro play.
I'm telling you, this is the best operator skin you can get. Look at that matte black. Look at that. Looks so good. Not gonna lie. And look at this.
Spike down
Talk about
A.
default operator.
30
Arrow
seconds
strike
left.
2. Bones with 2. And VLT now. Oh. Hands busy and well, one tap god will be
Player
found.
standing.
Eyes not really looking at the right prize. Kind of distracted at something else.
I
Gets
think,
caught out.
The placement of that trademark trap catching the guard, because you can notice in
10
that
seconds
push.
left.
Hold on for a second to that. Amitarasu still trying to keep the hopes alive. Not gonna win the round, but it's all about damage at this point.
Yeah.
He's not gonna find anyone else. Yeah, so back to that trademark trap towards B-Halls, right? The way that trap is placed is that if someone comes outside the B-Halls into the defender side spawn area, that's when it gets triggered. And I think Hellfighter, he just checked around the doors and he's like, okay, there's no trap here, which means I'm free. Team, you can go for the push. They don't know that I'm here. I'll follow up with the late wrap. But what that means is that none of the attention of True Rippers is ever distracted towards Halls. They're never worried since they have that deep trap, which is going to tell them later when someone pushes him. And they have their eyes trained on the mid to A push. Bones able to find a double, allows one tap guard to pick up one himself. And just like that, the first round on the board for True Rippers. So I love that trademark trap placement from the side of Bones. And I want to see if VLT is able to start reading into it. And now having said that, look at this. Bones choosing to save up some money, play on his tour. Their force makes that double operator setup come online, where they're playing A effectively for retake, or rather looking to get proactive information towards V and come onto this A side now.
Oh! Little bits and pieces were scattered on the map of VLT's strats, but they were able to get it together, so at least they got the first round on the board. But after that, it seems like the pieces are scattered again, because the win from Deathmaker's domination is kind of just helping them getting scattered over. And there you go. Trades are happening back and forth, but now we're only left with True Rippers with low on last man alive. Actually, scratch that. Those weren't even a
Spike
trade.
planted.
Only one man was able to be taken out, but still, Master the only man left alive now, and he will be shut down easily. VLT getting another round on the board. 71 is the scoreline, and True Rippers, their mental is looking shaky for sure. Amaterasu, you can closely see nothing really happy going on, even on the side of VLT. They do have the game faces on. Deathmaker kind of trying to cheer the team up. They're like, oh, let's go. Let's close this out because Grand Finals is waiting for us.
Yeah, VLT. As we were talking about, right, for both of these teams, this is the tournament life on the line. And unfortunately for True Rippers, this first map not going so great. But just to add some context to that, we have to remember a simple fact that this map is the pick of VLT. And I think at the end of the day, that's a big factor in this matchup, where I do feel like VLT has a slightly deeper map pool as compared to True Rippers, which is going to add some difficulty to True Rippers, right? And that's why even in the interview with Paradox, you remember him saying yesterday, yes, they are feeling much more confident than they would have 1 year ago, but it's still VLT. And he feels like they are still not necessarily the favorites going into this. And I think that the map pool is one big part of it, where True Rippers have evolved insanely. Like, I think before VCC, the perception we had of True Rippers was they're not a team that is necessarily tryharding and living up to their potential. That perception for me has completely gone away. You can see they're working their hardest to make sure that they get to evolve their gameplay and therefore step up as a team. So in that regard, they've already won our hearts. And considering the fact that there are all these young guns in this team, one tap god I think is only 17 years old, Necro. Paradox is super freaking young and has one of the most cracked aims. So it's the future that this team is looking for. But talking about the future in this round itself, that cracked aim of Paradox already showing shuts down that maker with just a sheriff shot.
Talking about ages should definitely make you a lot jealous, man. But yeah, one tap god getting those 2 quick kills and able to slice those kills over. Now Dash is also positioned, giving away Amaterasu is going to be, there with the opening arc. And thrifty round coming through from the side of True Rippers, and a huge part being played from the side of Paradox. And One Tap God able to clean them up and slice them through. There you go. One Tap God was able to open things up. Then Paradox as well was able to follow it up later on. Just a real good round, and this is what True Rippers really needed to get the grip back up on the game.
And you can see, like, with these teams, as you've seen from both of them, like, aim is a big factor of their game. Not necessarily the pure tactical aspect we're saying. We are seeing VLT trying to imbue signs of that tactical nature, but it feels like every single time they do that, True Rippers just come, press W, and shut them down. So VLT, it almost feels like they don't really have a choice, and that's why you can see them going for the hard W playstyle themselves. A mid to be split on the cards, drone coming in to help Amaterasu enter. He shuts down Paradox, and the anchor is gone from the B side. It's all up for grabs for VLT.
Utters Fury out, trying to tag someone out in the front. Rapport gets tagged a little bit, but is able to move back in safety. So he's going to be spared for now. 70 HP to work with, still a huge chip damage is going to mean quite a lot. One Tap God, the Sixth Sense activated, and the Spidey Sense is tickling as well. There we go, the man in the middle also gets caught. All eyes were on LFF, but his flank getting caught, that was not really good news, and True Rippers able to get, finally, it seems like they're able to get the grip on the game, and now they're realizing how exactly VLT are working on the attacking side. Now, even if they're able to get like a couple of more rounds on the defense, and then maybe try to get their domination back in the attacking side, then True Rippers will have a fair share of chance to try and win this map.
Yeah, I think considering how we talked about in that Agent Select 2, this first half is crucial for both of these teams. For Bones on that Chamber, the Chamber much more influential in the defense, in my opinion, because of the tour de force, as compared to the attack, where he doesn't necessarily have the Cypher's cages to enable his lurks as well as Hellfighter does. And similarly, for VLT, the Cypher not necessarily as strong as he is on the defense as compared to the attack, because he can play more mind games on the attack in general. So these last two rounds for TR, they're crucial. They're paramount to their success if they are to be able to pull off this map. And now 7-3 Bones trying to play sneaky. He shuts down Amaterasu, and he's like, hey, you might have set up your own wall, but this side is mine, baby.
Yeah, able to shut down the Viper's Pit. That's quite a huge investment from VLT. Not really working out pretty much well. Finds the dink, is quite low, and there you go. Crosser to follow it up from the back. But the trades are happening back and forth now. The man advantage equalized. The Mad Black Operator not really working out, but this time it does. Deathmaker has the HP advantage, or actually scratch that. Both of them pretty much on the same page, but yeah, with the Blade Storm, he's going to have a little bit of more advantage for sure. One Tap God falls down. VLT another round of the board. Now, they can either try to go for 8-4. One more round needed for True Rippers.
Right here, you see, I think they're confused about something, which they're trying to figure out exactly what happened with just Bones' positioning. So the way you saw his rendezvous setup, it was in that B, the new triple box area, right in front of the defender side spawn entrance. And I think what they were confused about, they heard the rendezvous, but they're not expecting it to go exactly there so he can peek immediately. It's a short rendezvous as compared to the long rendezvous that we see a lot of players use on that chamber. This particular one, though, very common in NA, and it's something that you can see Bones is using to perfection. Finds that first pick with the verticality, catching them off guard, once again able to now back up, but the first pick just doesn't seem to be enough for True Rippers. They got it in the last round, they get it in this round, but they still lose the side.
Still a 3-on-4 though. And yeah, the chamber's quite low as well. One Tap God getting spotted. That smoke's not going to block the bullets, man. It's still a great positioning to try and avoid all the bullets onto himself. He gets spotted by the drone again. Will be shut down. And now it's only the final man left alive. It's Bones JR with only 30 HP in the hands to clutch it out against the two legends.
One enemy remains.
It's right to clutch, and Deathmaker finds one headshot. Is he going to be able to find second one? That's the question. The right to ace is holding an alpha angle, and I'm pretty sure he's going to catch him off guard. Yep, there we go. Beautifully played.
Beautifully played by right to ace in that situation, making sure that he doesn't really reveal much of his position. And once again though, Bones, I love him on the chamber, man. I think we were talking about it on the stream yesterday about the biggest difference between the chamber and the Cypher being that it comes down to individual comfort, not really agent strength. where theoretically the Cypher is better because he has those cages, he has those extra options, but in the right hands, the Chamber can be significantly better if you're able to utilize the, say, the verticality that you can achieve with the Rendezvous. Normally, only a Jet can get into those vertical positions, but the Chamber is able to do it because of his teleport, because he can place his Rendezvous there. Similarly, with his trademark traps as well as the Tour de Force, you need to use it perfectly to find that S tier agent in the Chamber. And that's where I think the biggest difference between the Chamber and the Cypher lies, where I feel like Chamber has a much higher skill ceiling and much more of what a player can do with it as compared to the Cypher, which has a much wider option pool and what the team can do with that Cypher. So 9-3 now for Velocity Gaming. Despite that Chamber's heroics, despite Bones' performance, they're just not able to find their groove. And I think it has to do a lot with the fact that this is just not their map of choice. Yep. Oh, wait. Yes! It's the 9-3 VLT curse. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, it's gone. I think it was a camera issue right there because I didn't see all of the TR cameras. So we got the face cam fixed real quick and we're back into the map. Now, again, 9-3 on the scoreline as we're talking about the 9-3 curse. We've seen it come in several maps, but when it truly seems to shine is against Velocity Gaming. But hey, it's never happened back in Breeze. Breeze is usually the map they are able to close out every single time. Albeit, sometimes it goes to unnecessary long overtime. But right now, you can see True Rippers. Yeah, look at Bones. He's got so aggressive through halls, and Ace isn't checking his back. He's only covering mid-nest. They have no traps over there either, despite being oversight from VLT that Bones uses to win them the round. No, Bones! Ay, 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 ay.
Last player standing.
Bones, not only did that round go down in the train with his shots, and 400 credits as well. Those are 4 headhunter shots, so. Yeah, unfortunate really for Bones. Ah, yeah, that's gotta hurt. More like credit downer. Oh, the money too. Feels bad, man. Feels bad indeed. Oh, it's over. Okay.
One enemy.
Up for the whiffs in the last round, but it's a little too late, unfortunately. But hey, it's just the first map of the best of 3 series. 11-3 is the scoreline, and VLT, they get a bonus going into the next round, so they won't care as much about the next round, but I'm sure for the sake of momentum, considering how we talked for both of these teams that momentum can be a big, big deal, and for the sake of the 9-3 curse, VLT, you gotta win this bonus as well. You just can't give any opportunity for the curse to really come alive, you know?
Oh my god. Well, after that insane whiff is try to make it up, but again, we don't really know exactly how things are going to be looking like. VLT from the back. This is quite a lot of aggression being shown from their side early off in the round. VLT moving in quite deep. And look at this. With that smoke, he's going to give his position away, but they don't exactly... Yeah, what was that smoke?
Oh, no, wait. No,
Oh,
no.
they shut down the...
Yeah, they
okay,
covered up
that's
the
huge.
trademark.
That's huge.
Oh my god.
That's huge. Okay, that's huge. The thing being covered now, they don't exactly know that there is going to be a flank coming through from the defending side.
They're able to drop the spike carrier.
Yeah, there we go. And Bones as well is able to find one, so that's still quite huge, but they're not able to follow up, and that's the problem. Deathmaker from the back surprises him. But Paradox is able to just make sure that that man's dead, but not anymore. Another round on the board, and VLT, it seems like they're just steamrolling it through.
Love it. I love when players are able to think one step ahead and make sure that the other team just is inherently surprised. We talked about how important it was for VLT to win that bonus, not let that 9-3 curse come alive. Well, there ain't no better way to do it. Now, Deathmaker on his operator, Velocity Gaming on match point to finish off Breeze with, well, quite a breeze. It hasn't really made them sweat at all. They are not able to find any momentum.
Oh man, talking about momentum. What is momentum for True Rippers right now? It's off the charts.
No one seems to have a lot of momentum lifting the headhunter shots.
Oh, CA just adding some more salt. Love it, man. I'm a
sorry,
person who
boys,
loves
I love
salt.
you, but I'm sorry.
Everyone loves everyone, man. It's just like a little bit. You gotta have a little bit of banner. Come on, like. Oh, talk about that, Deathmaker. This is what we like to see from this man. Another one to follow through. The Blade Storm will speak for his skills. Another man falling down, and Deathmaker all by himself. He's pretty much saved the day on the A site, and True Rippers truly getting ripped apart on the map of Breeze. I thought they had kind of like just some Mr. X plan on the map of Breeze, but I guess that's what the plan was. Is that okay? Let's just lose on a huge note. Let VLT's confidence turn up, and then maybe in the next map they'll beat them down in heaven. That can be one of those things.
A big reason for maybe why they left up that map of Breeze was maybe the preparation they had going into it, and you could see VLT, they took that preparation and they threw it straight out the window. They're like, no, we're just gonna press W, and you can keep thinking about why we're pressing W, and we're like, I confused what happening, brain. No, wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, they thought they were going to counter VLT on... I mean, again, there's a reason why we say VLT is really good on Breeze, right? Because it's like they're comfortable playing Breeze. And once you're comfortable doing something, you're going to be really good at it no matter what you do. You're always going to have the confidence, no matter even if you're trying to implement something new. So VLT, even though that was a W Gaming style from their side, and even though they were just given some dry peaks, look, if you're going to have some incredible aimers like Deathmaker underneath your belt, right to ace, just pretty much each and every single player popping off. But again, I mentioned if you want to get them under pressure, this is where they will start kind of like fumbling down. This is where they will start missing the shots. But True Rippers, we just didn't even see them like getting a lot of rounds on the board. Only 3 rounds in 13 out of like, I don't even know. But yeah, moving on forward in the scoreboard, and it's Bones pretty much, even though after riffing is still getting the top frag. Insane.
Yeah, I think the best way to explain how good VLT is in terms of the aim is remember the headshot percentage of one of the older members in the squad, which is Amitarasu. He consistently gets 30+ headshot percentage, which is nuts in my opinion, because that's what is the biggest difference between GE and VLT. Where VLT is, I feel like a team of superpowered individuals. GE is a super team. Like, they're all about that team figure. But in VCC2, I've loved the way it's turned out. It's become less of a VLT GE storyline. We've got so many new teams coming up. Unfortunately, though, they are not able to live up to that expectation on map 1. But Necro, this was just map 1. They go on to map 2, Haven of their choice. And I really hope on Haven, Amitarasu does not make it hell for them, because
no.
Boy, that KO.
Oh man, I like how you put it. Hopefully on Haven, Amaterasu doesn't make it hell for them. The map's Haven, but again, it can be made hell by a team's good performance. I mean, we already saw Breeze not really giving out some pleasant breeze there. It was the breeze of, I don't even know what that was, just the breeze of W key, I guess. But yeah, overall, headshot percentage just skyrocketing on the side of VLT, 36.47%. we did see them connect quite a lot of headshots. I'm pretty sure
Yikes.
there has to be a huge contribution of just Wabor and Deathmaker and Right to Ace. These three men were just connecting those skulls like it meant nothing.
Even Amitarasu in certain
Yeah.
rounds where they were losing, the only
just
shots
everyone.
he seems to be hitting was headshot. Exactly. I mean, it has to be everyone because this is average headshot percentage for the entire team, 36.47. I mean, I get it. This team is one of the best, but it still feels insane to witness. And
I mean,
it
even
also
though-
kind of scares me.
yeah, I mean, even though VLT are one of the best, okay, I understand. Okay, yeah, they're some of the oldest players out there, but True Rippers isn't something that can be dominated just like that. Come on,
Yeah.
we've seen them put on some insane performance. True Rippers, they insanely have a like caliber in them. They have a lot of caliber in them, but VLT is just proving us wrong and just shutting them down like that. It's just like the True Rippers got slapped by VLT. But moving on forward. This is the MVP comparison between Deathmaker and Bones. I mean, this is pretty much unmatchable at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And it really does feel... it really does
I
feel
don't know
the
what to
case
say.
of a big question mark on the Veto. I said this, like, this influenced my prediction to a big extent. I'm not sure if, giving Breeze to VLT is the greatest decision. I understand the logic behind not the greatest of maps for True Rippers perhaps, but at the same time it's not that comfortable for VLT either. Maybe there could have been some preparation done on that end and banned out Breeze instead of Bind, force VLT to really change up their playstyle, but we'll have to see what they've got prepared for Haven, man, because again, it's a bit of a scary situation when Amitarasu starts popping off. Like, I understand for everyone this is a new thing, but I've been seeing this guy popping off on Haven, on Phoenix from what, like 1.5 years ago? He was not able to play for a while anymore when the meta just went away from it entirely. But it feels like it's the return of that Amitarasu carry map. Like, that's what we used to call it. Like, Haven, Amitarasu, he will carry for sure.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like the Battle of IGLs. It's like two of the best teams, right? Global Esports and VLT, and both their IGLs are able to step up to the mark when the team really needs them the most. But yeah, Global Esports is a completely different story, and I don't really feel like we need to talk about them anymore. But yeah, moving on forward, man. True Rippers getting absolutely ripped apart. I don't exactly know what to expect going in forward. I honestly was really happy with the map Veto. I thought, okay, yesterday in the interview, True Rippers said that they're really confident in what they're going to do here. I thought, okay, there has to be something unique being put on the board. Maybe they just have done a lot of research. Maybe Breeze is one of those maps that they have been working on in the past as well. This is kind of like their master card they're pulling out against VLT, but I don't know, man. It's just like, as you mentioned, just VLT just picked it up and they just threw it in the trash and they were like, all right, it doesn't matter, man. Yeah, it's like no matter how much research you do on us, we're just gonna be unpredictable. Now, moving it forward in the map of Haven, we will pretty much see the normal compositions, but how they're gonna play it, I feel like there's gonna be a huge difference. But on the other hand, True Rippers, what do you think? How are they gonna be looking on Haven?
I think they're going to be looking amazing for sure, because we see Paradox switching on to that chamber role. He can get to be a lot more aggressive. But what I'm really more worried about is what the preparation True Rippers have done against VLT, because we saw how that preparation just went out of the window in this map. I think VLT is going to try to do something similar on Haven as well.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know Haven map is going to be stacked up with a lot of surprises as well, and this has to be a closed map. So this is a worth watching map, so do not go anywhere to find out who's going to seal the deal on Haven. So we'll be right back after this short break.
The madness.
Bring the madness. There's a pyramid of power with eyes that can see it all. And cameras to capture your image, your city hall. Realize they listen whenever you make a call. You wanna
Yes, so the people right now. Pegboard nerds, mutts, have you locking at the sound? All of the gal go passing when me boy I go drop them a coming. Murderers. Me are the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out some mics. You better turn it. I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around, we all go on them. Listen to the word and the fire you cut in the middle. When the flames get higher, put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire. It's a bad man single. Give a sign. And put your gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Return all of the fire. It's a bad man single. Give a sign. And put your gun finger trigger. Put your gun finger trigger. Put your gun finger trigger.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to NODWIN's Valorant Conquerors Championship with Gillette as a grooming partner. This is the road to VCT for the South Asia region. Now, moving on to first map south of board, Breeze, pretty much a steamroll, the map of heaven. Hopefully, True Ripper is able to make it closer, or either are able to get this map in their hands. If they do, then the fans will pretty much be excited.
Yeah, I think that's what we also want as neutral observers, especially after witnessing the spectacle that was God Particles versus Global Esports yesterday. We want that closer match. We want that extra intensity. But right now, it feels like VLT, that they've got a date with Destiny, man. And for that, they want to get into that grand finals. They're not happy with just crashing out of the Valorant Conquerors Championship this early. And unfortunately, the hurdle in their way is the oh-so-talented team of True Rippers, who are unfortunately not just feeling that confidence right now, you know, and it's a big factor. We looked at yesterday as well, the way One Tap God was able to find that synchronization with his team with respect to his aggression. It was not just pure W Gaming. They always had the correct utility lined up for his aggression, but that requires confidence, that requires no hesitation, and that requires belief and trust, all of which VLT are demolishing piece by piece.
Yeah, they are. They indeed are demolishing it. I don't know how to, like, what words to use to put it better in a better way. But yeah, map of heaven, VLT are going to be having their morals boosted up all-time high. I mean, just starting on such a high intensity note and now going inside the map of heaven, VLT are going to be having all the odds with them, and True Rippers will have all the odds stacked against them. But yeah, looking at the past history for True Rippers as well, they've had a quite good performance on the map of heaven. So I'm expecting a close competition, or not just a 2-0, because I honestly want True Rippers to win this, and I want this to get as close as possible, because again, they deserve this grand final slot as much as VLT does as well, because True Rippers have put in a lot of work. And I do understand VLT is an old team. They have a lot of fan base, but still, you got to give chance to newcomers as well.
Yeah, 100%. And we've seen VCC to really be that exact platform for that. Got Particles with the Sinus at Orgs. Man, if Orgs, you didn't see that yesterday, I am not sure what you're looking at. Especially, I remember there's a team called Orangutan that right before VCC, they released a long post about their current rosters, and at the end of the post, they had VCC written with some eyeballs. But looking over the agent select, we see the exact same composition for TR. I'm not looking at anything except that last pick on the left-hand side. What Amaterasu locks in decides my prediction, because I called for a 2-0. If that KO gets locked in, well, I think my prediction is going to be on point.
Oh, man. Let's find out. Materasu, if he does go for the KO, that'll be really nice, as you mentioned. And again, I feel like being the IGL, playing the KO as well is quite understandable. You're the man who's the most, like, mature one in the team, and that's the main reason why you're the IGL. And KO has so much utilities that a team can rely upon. So overall, I feel like IGL has to be the best person who can play KO pretty much. And yep, there you go. KO being locked in. Deathmaker will be locking in the Jet. Right to us, as always, will go on the SOA. On the other hand, True Ripper's roster pretty much nothing really interesting, but again, that KO can play a crucial role against that breach.
Yeah, I think the KO is going to play a huge role in it, especially shutting down the comfort of True Rippers, right? You saw them on the attack, the flawless nature with which they're able to execute onto his site. Suddenly, that's not as possible with the KO, where even if one tap god gets suppressed, he can't dash in, or say someone like Bones gets suppressed, he can't necessarily give that gravity well. And worst case scenario is if the breach gets suppressed, because without those fault lines, without those flash points, well, one tap god is dashing into his death. So Amaterasu, a lot of pressure on him right now. But this is why I called for a 2-0 Necro. It's not that I don't believe in True Rippers. I just have an insane amount of belief in Amaterasu's ability to play under pressure.
I mean, yeah, I do understand. You do have a lot of belief in him. But again, in the past, they have crumbled down under a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
again, there can be those moments too, because that's why we're in India Qualifiers too, because they weren't able to qualify in the India Qualifiers 1. It's because they cracked under an immense amount of pressure. So, in India Q2, maybe this is their time for VLT to try and strike back, and this is what they're trying to do. So this is the fight for VLT's lifeline, and so does the same go for True Rippers. As we mentioned, any of these teams get taken out over here, they're not going to have another chance anymore. Their VCC journey ends over here. So this match matters quite a lot. Give it up for both these teams, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, really give it up for both of these teams because they're fighting for their life. And you know what? I think one thing, irrespective of win or loss to True Rippers, that they've proven, they made the top 4 in both VCC Qualifier 1 as well as VCC Qualifier 2. So they're that tier 1 team that they have proven they exist. But Amaterasu finding that first kill onto Crosshair. It's a 1-for-1 trade though, but it gives enough space for Deathmaker to play this on isolated fights. Uses that Cloud Burst to shut down his flank and isolates Paradox to shut him down.
Oh my god, I don't like how Deathmaker was so confident on the site. He was getting so comfy as well. Deathmaker should have been flushed out of that spot as quick as possible, but the problem was the man in the backside was still not cleared out. So yeah, he was able to create a lot of problems. So the backlines is something that you always need to have a watch on, especially yesterday we saw in the Global Esports game. The backline, it can be such a crucial thing, especially Shivi was able to get away with 3 frags, but that's a whole nother rodeo.
Yeah.
Right there.
And I think what's really cool to witness is that confidence from Velocity Gaming. Like we talked about, hold on to that top for a second because pulling them in, Hellfighter is dragging them to their deaths. The fragment comes from Amaterasu, he answers back with one more, and the aggression is shut down within a blink of an eye.
Yeah, wow. It's like they go in hot and then instantly just fall down cold. Oh, man. VLT, another round on the board as expected, of course. But this upcoming rifle round is going to mean quite a lot for True Rippers. This was an insane placement of that fragment. Was able to deal so much damage on those players. But yeah, True Rippers now having 0 rounds, and this rifle round, as I mentioned, is going to mean quite a lot. But on the other hand, even if VLT does lose this, they're going to have a little bonus round. I don't know why does Deathmaker keep on doing that all the time. Like, I've seen them do quite a lot of times. Like trying to make some parallel lines, you know.
Yeah, I think what might be okay. Hold on to that top 1 more second because these rounds are so damn quick. Necro already, True Rippers taking B-side control. They've shut down VLT this time, and it's very much reminiscent of what we saw from True Rippers yesterday. In the sense that they love that B-side control. They love the way they're able to take aggressively that A-Link area for themselves, and it also surprises the heck out of Velocity Gaming, I think, because of one simple fact. In the full buy, the B site is the least likely round you're expecting a team to go to because it's that short range fight.
My brain didn't even register what the hell just happened in that round. They got the B control without any trouble, and then it was just a flawless round. That's all we saw. But yeah, this round now, again, as we were talking about, the bonus round also gives you a little bit of safety cushion, but another round on the board, and this time it's True Rippers pretty much stealing it away from VLT's hands. So VLT now, they need to try and pull this back. I like the crossfire being set up. There's another man in the back, but Garage is left unchecked. Deathmaker in the B site will make a lot of trouble for True Rippers to try and get the execution happen. But look at this, Bones JR is able to sneak through, and he's being expected by Right to A. So this is going to be a good one. Right to A is pretty much moving out. He will get caught off guard. No, scratch that. His flick's quite quick.
Blocking vision.
This Hellfighter playing that Platform position, the flash
Oh my
comes
God.
in on time too. And I don't even think, oh my god, no, I don't think that was the KO flash. That was Master's flash which had his teammate caught. And Necro, we talked about this. True Rippers, their strength lies in their ability to move forward without hesitation. Their strength lies in their synergy in between those utilities while they're aggressing that fast and that forward. But when they don't have the confidence, when they don't necessarily have that same level of belief, you can see these small, I think it was a matter of milliseconds, but that matter of milliseconds ends up being the round loss.
Yeah, the matter of millisecond can also be their lifeline pretty much in the VCC, so every millisecond matters quite a lot. This is what the teams will need to start to realize that. I do understand they have some cracked aimers. Yeah, True Rippers, they do really have some cracked aimers. But in this matchup, I just feel like they're not even getting a fair bit of chance to try and showcase that aim.
Yeah.
And VLT, they're just really able to shut it down. Like, they're not even going for those aim duels clearly or correctly. Instead, they're trying to always go for trades.
A big part of that is just the overwhelming nature with which VLT is adopting their defaults. It's all about suffocating TR and their playstyle, you know? And even though TR are that good, what they really lack is experience because they're brand new. I mean, they're a very young squad to this top tier level. But again, trying to go for the aggressive rush. The crossfires are already set up for VLT. They're fully expecting this.
But Vibor missing out quite a lot of shots, was not really able to connect those initial shots, so fell down instantly. LFF in the backside, doing a lot of damage, and now it's 1-on-2 situation, and right to Ace doesn't even blink, just gets them out instantly, and right to Ace, look at him, he's pumping his team up. He's like, all right, let's go, guys, we got this. I recently saw right to Ace as well on his social media, so yeah, he's like showing that he's trying to hit the gym as well.
Oh yeah, he's been doing it for a couple months.
Yeah,
and
he's been doing
really gotten fit, you know.
Man, I need to do the same.
Yeah, he's a big inspiration for me personally. One of the main reasons I decided to make it a resolution for my New Year's to follow in his regard. Because, hey, if a pro player can find the time amongst all of his practice to go and consistently hit the gym, well, I think
You want to play, let's play.
That matter, Necro. But I think the Astra on Hellfighter just capped off what I expected in this map. Just better luck next time!
Oh,
Hold
that
on!
trade! That
Paradox,
trade!
what a shot, man! DM,
Yeah.
I get it, you hit a nice shot, but
This was
Paradox
something
just
next
stole
level.
the show.
Yeah, this was like a next level for sure. It's like a thief in the night just stealing that kill away. Paradox is ready for a bank robbery this time. Moves in forward. The bank is indeed the site. Is he going to get the... Yeah. Oh my god, another man being cut off instantly. There's the trade though. So right to Ace, but there's two men to deal with. One in the front, one in the back. Gets sandwiched.
Recalling my
And
boss.
now Vibor is left over here pretty much closed. He's not going to try to. He's not going to try to be extra aggressive. He's waiting for his teammate to make the rotation as well. Spike being planted. So 4-on-1 is the score line over here. 2-on-3. And Vibor, with this position, he can try and make something happen. He can try and go for the drop as well because there's no one really available under heaven. But this is what Vibor doesn't know. So yeah, pretty much gets to drop in. But there you go. One tap God's ready with the crosshair. The crosshairs are trained, and VLT now looking to pretty much make a comeback happen. And it seems like he's actually going for the comeback. But no.
It's not ready.
Yeah, and at this point, it's a big yikes. And I feel really bad for True Rippers, so I'm just going to highlight a very key point about a simple fact that they've achieved in VCC. From where True Rippers, they did not even make it to top 8, I think, in VCC 1 in either qualifier. I think they made it in one qualifier and not in the other. In both of these qualifiers, True Rippers have made it to the top 4 mark, and that's a big deal. I think, like, when you consider that we've got teams like VLTG, Enigma supposed to have been dominating coming into VCC, and we had teams like God Particles really stepping up to the mark, Reckoning really stepping up to the mark. True Rippers, the consistency with which they found themselves in top 4, I can confidently say, yesterday I thought it was top 4, scratch that, Necro. What we can confidently say is that in the Indian subcontinent of the South Asia region itself, we've got at least 6 to 8 tier 1 teams.
Oh, we do. We do. We've definitely got a lot of talent. And talk about talent, it's just Bones showing his talent off right there.
He's popping off, man.
Yeah, indeed he is. And look at the aggression as well. It seems like VLT, they just want to flood out of these doors.
Spike down,
One man being
attack
caught in the
respawn.
second one as well, been falling through. It's like a chain. 2 men now taken out. It's all down to the final 2 men of VLT. Amaterasu does have the ultimate available. But again, it's just 2 men. If he's able to find this pick right here, this is going to mean quite a lot. And yes, he is. Now he can pretty much try and go for the ult and try and suppress down the enemies. There you go. There you go. The 0 point comes in.
Oh, and this is huge, Necro. The Rolling Thunder shut down. The Cosmic Divide, they're all stuck on site now. Amaterasu gets to play it on the aim game, and he's going to look to shut down both immediately. Gets traded off, but that's good enough because he's still very much alive. And now this effectively becomes a 1v1 with, look, Amaterasu is giving him information. The KO can still see where that jet is, and he's telling him, yo, he's not in front of me. He has to be backside. Still trying to push him though. Ace is running out of time, and 1 tap guard against all odds. He finds the clutch. That round was a thriller.
Yeah, indeed. That round was filled with ups and downs, but still VLT. They kind of slip out in that round, and now it seems like True Rippers, they're slowly and steadily catching up in this map. That's all they really need, a catch-up.
And I really like that because, as we said, we've won this map to be much, much closer. Ideally, even though my prediction is 2-0, I would love to be wrong in that regard and it go to map 3 because after yesterday, I think every single team that can upset expectations is my favorite team.
Look at the proactive nature from VLT this time. The Bladestorm pretty much trying to use it in close range. Paradox's position known. But Deathmaker's pretty much not known. If he steps out even a little bit more, his position will be compromised. So both these teams taking their sweet little time to try and get their mindsets in for a proper execution.
Oh, and look at that. On the map, Necro, he again set up the Cloudburst to deny that trademark, and he's able to get a huge flank going because of this. Another big reason why I prefer that Cypher over the Chamber. You can't do that to the Cypher.
Indeed, but it's more kind of like True Rippers, they're pretty much trying to play off of their aim game, and this is what they're really able to showcase. Oh no, Right to Ace not really moving around. I honestly felt like for a second Right to Ace was playing on a controller, the way he just moved around. Did you see that? He moved around so slow. He like it felt like he was playing on some joysticks. But yeah, another round of the board for True Rippers, 4-on-4, scoreline equalized, and VLT. They'll need to start cracking the codes now.
Yeah, and I'm loving this from True Rippers because you can immediately see that they're minimizing the impact of the KO in one big way by just slowing down their aggression in the early rounds, right? Where they were just hard W before. This time they're waiting. They're looking to see how VLT has set themselves up. And when they get that moment, they go in. A simple recon here. Paradox shut them down. And just with this Cosmic Divide, a hard execute for the C-Side.
Hard execute indeed, and look at that. They're just lining him up, but no scratch that. Not even able to line up, but that's a nice shot. Oh, Amaterasu, a quick shot onto him, and now is also going to be flashing them out. They're just so uncomfortable in the site, even though they have the control, but not the full control for sure. Drone's out. Another attack comes through. Master is completely screwed in that spot. Deathmaker with the operator falls down. It's all one-tap God. He's making this site look like a graveyard. 30 HP in the hands of Right to Ace to try and flip the table against the odds. But again, Right to Ace, he's known under the name of Right to Clutch. So he can pretty much try and clutch it. He has the potential, but the HP is the factor.
Right to Clutch was something I personally had the fortune of coining in this exact map while they were still playing that Phoenix composition. But yeah, anymore. You can see, not in this round at least, Necro. One-tap guard is really starting to feel himself. And that momentum confidence factor that we talked about, you can see it's returning. It's almost like life returning to the bodies of True Rippers as they start to remember, yo, wait, we don't care if they're VLT. We are True Rippers.
Yeah. That's what we're known for. I feel like they should change their name to Grim Rippers. That'll be cool.
Reapers.
Grim Reapers, Rippers, anything.
Now, I like True Rippers. It's unique, you know.
Okay.
I don't think it needs the esports, though, to be honest. I feel like True Rippers itself is enough.
Yeah, TR, True Rippers, yeah. TM in the front, too. Just, you know, just stay out on.
We have organization name analysis with our casting. DM for inquiries, please.
Yep, DM. For DM, you guys need to follow our socials.
Yeah.
That's Okay, moving on forward in this round. B-side control easily in the hands of True Rippers, and it seems like they're just not able to stop the flood. VLT, they're trying their best to figure out what exactly is going on in this round. Deathmaker sneaked up quite in, but a nice shot from Deathmaker to shut down the man in the close. The Phantom's off the board now. 49 HP in the hands of One-Tap God. Falls back, but look at the guy in the garage. His position is going to be really instrumental. If he's able to take down the operator off the board, that's going to mean huge. But no, it's going to be the answer instead.
Been shut down, and the Hunter's Fury is there just in case.
Oh my god.
But Paradox be like, no, master. You're not the Hunter, bro. I am. Karma. I got this in the bag. But hey, I don't even think they should care about, sorry, not Master Crosser. I don't think they should care about losing the Hunter's Fury, because look at the ultimates they still have in the bag, right? That Rolling Thunder is something they haven't used that has been there for a couple of rounds. They can just repeat the exact same execute and save that Rolling Thunder for the post-play.
Look at this. Ooh. Just trying to create some more texture on the wall. Let's do some analysis on this.
Wait a second. Actually, right before that, look at C Long. He's changed the position of his trademarks, trying to avoid Deathmaker being able to cloudburst it. Now, Deathmaker is not on the C side, but it won't matter. I just like that teensy bit of adaptation that Paradox is able to do.
Enemy mark.
Talk about teensy bit of adaptations. VLT this time.
You want to play?
This round, they're
Let's
just being
play.
so cautious. Look at the B side. They're ready for the execution. It's like True Rippers pretty much know if something's working out, or VLT pretty much know if something's working out for True Rippers. They're not going to try to overcomplicate things. Right to ace will just be welcomed with the forward force, and that's what exactly happens. Another one lined up. Paradox is the man on killing spree, and he's trying to go godlike mode. Moves out in the open. Deathmaker's able to find him. Look at the focus and the concentration each and every single player has at this point. Another one to try and line up. Look at the crosshair placement. He just has his soul far away. He's ready for him to just white peek. But Paradox just flicks around point. He doesn't even need a white hold that angle with his crosshair. Deathmaker, the final hopes and dreams alive for VLT inside this round, but he will be shut down too. The hopes and dreams get splattered on the floor.
Yeah. And it's quite literal, right, in that sense too. Because
Yeah.
every time the Chamber kills someone,
Yeah.
there's that slow coming in with a lovely, lovely colors that get splattered on the floor. We're talking about getting splattered on the floor. Velocity Gaming currently not able to find the momentum that they started this map with. True Rippers are starting to run away with the map of their choice, and this is why we kept saying it on Breeze. Don't judge them on the basis of Velocity's map. Judge them for how they do on Haven. And well, on the basis of that, we've certainly understood that this team, they're here to play, just like Paradox was in the last round.
Well, look at this, a complete flood coming through. Deathmaker with that find. This is quite huge. Single-handedly is trying to take care of the overpass area, now trying to follow it up, and I shot! What is that, Deathmaker? The man's activated himself, and well, somehow he has an inhuman reaction to try and follow it through with the aim. And now Deathmaker pretty much giving out the call as well. He knows exactly where Crosshair's present. He did spot out two players trying to push him, and he's able to do a lot of damage. This Hunter's Fury should pretty much seal the deal, but right to ace. He's trying to take him with the Hunter's Fury. No, not really finding. Crosshair does not have a lot of HP. He should be done deal.
Why are they picking him one by one though?
There we go.
It won't matter. Yeah, Half Fighter making sure he kills him. Ah, I love the Asha one.
Switching sides.
She's so good. She's so funny. Necro thinks she's toxic, but she's not toxic. She's
One
just
enemy
funny.
remaining.
No, she's toxic cute, man.
I kill him.
I told you. I
I
find
can
her.
do
I
the
find
cute
her.
part.
No, listen. I find her. Listen. I find her cute. Okay. I find her funny too, but she has some toxic lines. You gotta agree with me on that.
I'm not sure if I should call you Kwasia, because you're full.
Oh my god. I am. You know what? I am literally having emotional damage after that.
Let's go. But hey, talking about let's go 7-5 on the scoreline now. One-Tap God effectively played the entire attack on like the rounds they won, especially on the operator. So now he's got to look to get himself exactly that on the defense as well. Now Paradox going for the aggressive peek, has to rendezvous on out of there real quick. I wonder if they know that he's on C side.
Oh my god,
Now
what a
they do.
shot. Did Paradox just find him through the smoke? Yes, he did. Oh, man. Indeed, inside the map of heaven, True Rippers have gone there. What do you say? Just the spidey sense is activated. And a little mind games now for being played. Deathmaker was the only man who they were really opting out for to try and get the entry on the C side, but Deathmaker pretty much falling apart without even getting a single entry, so that's going to be a little problem. VLT slowly moving on the A side, and this is expected. Look at the crossfire coming through. The breach is ready as well with the utility, so he's going to have a huge factor into trying to at least slow this push down. But one tap God's able to make one, actually scratch that, follow it up with the second one as well. Amaterasu on the site will shut down Master, but now one tap God pretty much suffocating to his death in that little cubby.
Standing ahead.
It's a 2-on-2 situation. The scan goes out, so that should at least buy them a little bit of time. Nice flank from Paradox. The shock dart will cut out right to Ace's HP.
One tap guard, once again at the forefront of his team's success. He should not have found 2 kills right there. Maybe 1 in a trade, but just smashing them in the head for the second one, found the headshot, and it's absolutely humongous. Even though Ace trades him out, you can see the amount of time he's able to buy his team on that side. Hold allows Paradox to come through on a flank that VLT is just not thinking about. They get shut down, and just like that, the round picked off for True Rippers. Now, again, it's going to be crucial for one tap guard to get the operator online ASAP, but because VLT got the plant, Necro, look at this, they're going for the force buy. A Sheriff on Hellfighter, but the rest of them picking up the Spectres with the exception of Ace, because yeah, the Sova just has too much utility to buy.
True Rippers, though. I mean, still having some huge round leads over here. Nice blind coming through from the breach, but VLT, they're able to inflict some damage, and that's all they really need at this point in time. One last man alive, and HellFF with only 21 HP. One tap God, I'm pretty sure he's just going to blow him away like a birthday candle, and that's what exactly happens.
He's like, yeah, I'm not going to bother with that ghost anymore. Right to Ace showed me what the best weapon in the game is. Right click for the win with the classic. And for the trauma that every player has in Valorant. But hey, talking about trauma, right now, Velocity, a ton of damage done to the economy with a huge round win for True Rippers. They get to just play this pure bonus while Velocity is stuck on their eco. But this bonus, it's not exactly a pure bonus in the sense that we don't see those full Spectres, you know. It's just a couple of Spectres, a couple of Sheriffs, and a Marshal, which VLT themselves have. They have 4 Sheriffs for themselves, so I think this bonus is easier said than done, which is why True Rippers need to be sure that they don't end up over-peaking and over-giving these fights. Deathmaker and one tap guard exchanging key shots, but look at Crosser. Look at Crosser on A-Long.
Deathmaker, it's like moves out of one danger and then instantly steps into other. Oh, man. And now we have Paradox on the C side with the Headhunter not really living up to his name, but Paradox trying to connect some headshots. He's able to connect the headshots with the Spectre, though, with the automatic SMG. We're moving it forward. True Rippers. Oh, there we go. Finds one. Was looking to find a second one as well. And keep this in mind, this is the bonus round for True Rippers, so they're looking pretty good and confident in making those push happen. So nothing really much taken off, and now the bonus is going to continue on forward because they did also have a couple of guns in their hands. So talking about, oh man, I just forgot what I wanted to ask you. God damn it, it's just some brain fart moments.
That's okay, because right now 10-5 on this scorecard. One tap guard has got his hands on the operator. And I don't think he's playing that bland operator anymore, not the default. Oh wait, he is!
Oh, he is!
He had the recon operator in round 1. Wait, what? Oh, I think he picked that up from Deathmaker. But talking about picking up from Deathmaker, Deathmaker just shuts him down. Don't turn your back though, because there's one more there, Deathmaker.
Talking about default skins, man, come on. I mean, operator default skin's pretty cool. It's just like matte black, absolutely. Oh, just love it. I don't know. It's matte black.
I like colors. I love black, don't get me wrong, but okay, I think that went somewhere completely different. So let's get back to the match itself. 10-5 on the board right now. The operator is shut down, and if VLT are able to get the plant, that maker could easily play on the post plant with the operator now. They're trying to go for the hard execute, but I don't think they have any idea that there's two initiators here on A short. Crosshair and Master shut them down. They might get the site, but they don't get it all.
Oh no, add this into top 10 anime battles. Another one to follow it up. One less man alive exposed, JR. Bones trying to write his enemy's death notes. But this time the note is being torn apart by VLT. But yeah, indeed, they have the, what do you say, round lead. Talking about anime, man. I mean, I'm not really much of an anime person myself, but what's your favorite anime?
I haven't watched many myself, but I'm a big fan of Death Note, actually. I love the way they've sort of, I really like the ending, you know, where I feel like a lot of animes have very classic ending. They almost cater to the hero or the winner or whatever, but there's no winner, there's no hero in Death Note. It's just Death Note. It's very grim, and I like grim stuff.
Okay.
But hold on, Paradox on the Tour de Force. This could be grim for Velocity Gaming, but the KO says no, no, no. Shuts him down. That single knife denying that ability. That Tour de Force. It's back to now.
And now look at this.
He has the null command, and it's gone again. Oh,
There
no.
we go.
That hurts.
Unfortunately, Tour de Force is not going to be activated on the side anymore. VLT just finding themselves a clear pathway to move in. And yeah, this is so huge, man. The KO is just playing such an instrumental role. And we talked about this, how this can shut down each and every single player on the side of True Rippers. So True Rippers now, they're going to start to panic because they will have to rely completely on their aim. The barrel gets spotted. Deathmaker's really quick to react. But the Rolling Thunder is able to follow it through, and somehow Deathmaker is able to still get those kills. It's like he's unfazed. And now there's a late flank coming through from VLT as well in the garage area, so this is something they will have to worry about big time. Crosser moves out and still is able to connect the shots on Amaterasu. Right to Ace in the back is the man alive on the long, but HellFF's position still uncompromised, now known because the man's running a sprint, not a marathon. Right to Ace able to find one, and well, there he goes. Also able to shut down the defuse coming in, so Right to Ace clearly having some smiles on the faces. VLT, they're looking to make this comeback happen. But talk about hopes and dreams, man. Have your hopes and dreams ever been shattered, CA?
Yeah, several times. So we're not going to talk about that. No, we're not going to talk about that here, Necro. But what I can talk about is how Amaterasu is using that KO really well. As soon as he hears the voice line coming out from the activation of the Tour de Force, he shuts him down. And considering that Paradox is currently top fragging, considering that we saw Paradox use that Tour de Force quite effectively even on the attack, I think that was crucial. We're talking about crucial. One-tap guard with the Blade Storm. He only shuts down one. I don't think that's worth it because they're not going to be able to recover the weapon that Maker dropped.
Pretty much VLT looking to get the Attack on Titans. I don't know why am I just getting all these anime titles in
Necro
there.
really wants to watch some anime.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of anime. That's the funny part. It's just that I just want to spice things up with a little bit of more anime names. But yeah, VLT now pretty much able to get the rounds, or at least get the kills on the board, and they're also able to get the rounds fluidity in their hands, and that's all they really needed. And Right to Ace as well in the back, having a huge man advantage. VLT looking really good. And look at the mind games being played over there. It's like they're expecting an A execute coming through, but that's not what exactly is happening. VLT, they're rotating back to C side, and they're going to find a free stroll.
Yep. True Rippers making the read that all of VLT going over to that A side, completely falling bait. 2 VLT
30
strap.
seconds left.
I think a lot to do with that is also the fact that they are on an eco. They want to play on the stack and make sure that they can get the trades. But unfortunately, the gamble just does not work out, and VLT will get a free plant, which I'm very confused about. Why would you go for a closed plant when you've got the site for free? Like, okay, I guess it won't matter as much, but just small things that bother me, you know?
I thought you started meditating in the middle of a cast.
No, I think who really needs meditation right now is True Rippers, because they need to find their calm and focus the way they did in the first half, Necro. Very similar to what's going on right now. VLT had a strong start in the first half, but True Rippers, they bounced back, they adapted. That's exactly what they need once again. Okay.
Oh my god.
Revealing area.
Crosshair now also revealing the area in the front. With a recon. And wow! Is able to find those 4K. Crosshair, you absolute maniac, is able to peek out through the smoke and still getting that kill. He just turns around and slaps them. He's like able to connect those headshots as if I'm playing an aim trainer. And these are the bots in front of me.
Enemy remaining.
Well, he's certainly making VLT look like bots. But
Look at
VLT
that.
will not care, Necro. They've got the round in the bag. They've got a healthy eco already built up from the last few rounds to push forward. In fact, with the Blade Storm ready for Deathmaker himself, they're going to go for an aggressive rush now. I love the 0 point location because look, where the 0 point is going to go is going to shut down that breach, allows Deathmaker to not worry about the fall line. Yes, that comes through, but no more subsequent flashpoints. Instead, Deathmaker gets free A-long control. The Hunter is called, and one tap guard is shut down, and suddenly, True Rippers, they're crumbling, they're falling, and they're dropping like flies.
Oh, talk about dropping them like flies. VLT.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. At this point, they're not even getting dropped like flies. Do you know anything else that we can reference to? Like,
Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot.
that's pretty cool. I would
Spike
say
planted.
I usually have a favorite montage. By the way, there's a new Valorant
okay, hold on.
montage out. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to my words. Paradox is able to get away with one, but not more than that. Okay, getting back to the thing I was saying. There's a new Valorant montage out. I mean, by Super Stidham. Do you know who Super Stidham is?
No.
Okay, so Super Stidham is basically a guy who makes like some insane montages. Back in the day, he used to make CS:GO montages. Now he just made a new Scream montage of Valorant. So it's pretty sick. I think so. You guys in the chat should go and check it out. It looks pretty sick.
Necro giving shoutouts to his favorite content creators, fair enough. But I want to give a shout out to VLT's strategy in that round. They use the information they get from the 0 point to not just help Deathmaker get into an advanced position, but to also allow Right to Ace to go for a free Hunter Fury. Now a flash and dash combo, but instantly VLT back up. They've set up the crossfire and they're not going to be perturbed by it just yet. But still, a lot of utility being thrown. One tap guard, he's looking for the kill. He's got Paradox for the backup, but all they find is one Astra for the Sova. I'm not sure that's a good trade.
Oh, talk about good trades. Well, this is indeed really not looking that good for True Rippers. Another man falling down, and now True Rippers left with only one last man alive with a candle in the hand. I don't know why. The sheriff looks like a wax gun to me. But yeah, nice flick onto the board. We'll be cutting off his head, and now Master's looking to follow it up. He's also getting the Vandal in the hand, so that's quite huge. But I honestly think so. Is he really going to go for this retake? I feel like the chances are pretty low. I don't think so. Yeah, he's definitely got to save. Or maybe he can try and go for some extra bit of damage.
Yeah, and again, like, I really want to talk about the way this KO is influencing this entire matchup, right? Because the flash and dash came through, but because of the 0 point, there's no real follow-up. One tap guard gets stuck. What True Rippers have definitely got is some clean shots. Crosshair in the last round, Master in this, but shots are not going to win you the game. You can say that, you can call that shots fired from my behalf, because it's very much trues. From 7-5 down, VLT have now equalized the scoreline to 10-10. And it does look like True Rippers, I'm not going to say they're running out of strategies, more so that they're running out of ideas about how to shut down this KO. It's not like Amaterasu is literally popping off and popping heads. It's more to do with when his 0 point placement comes and becomes very simple for him, because look, again, towards the A-shot position, he's going to throw that knife over onto that A-shot area, which will reveal that the breach is playing in a link, and on the basis of that, they can easily go for an hard execute.
Talk about hard executes. Yeah, Deathmaker did find that kill, but he's down quite low. And now slowly and steadily, VLT are just going to start to move forward. And there's another KO ultimate on the board. That's going to be suppressing each and every single player on the site. It's got a huge radius as well. And now look at this. It's just really hard for True Rippers to do anything all the time. VLT are able to make these executions happen. It's all because of Amaterasu. He's using that dagger perfectly to suppress the enemies, and the ultimate as well is able to come online because Amaterasu is able to get in some insane numbers on the board. So that's all VLT really needs, that ultimate on the board. And this is what they realized. They're giving him those orbs. Everything is being made sure it's on the board. LFF as well will follow it through.
What did
Two
you say?
players
I
alive.
broke here, what? But yeah, Nick, I 100% agree. VLT is playing for the ultimate as well, continuously helping Amitrusu pick up the orbs or even the plants when he can. But it's a similar story. VLT get the round, one-tap guard, or even True Rippers in general. They get exit frags, but that's all they get. They're not actually able to secure any rounds in the bag. Now trying to hunt them down. Deathmaker should find Crosshair right here, but he's the one who get taken out. Again, damage done to Velocity's economy is not something they're going to care about because they're on a massive win streak. Their economy has been built up to a large extent, and with this round, not only will they take the lead, but effectively set up a showdown in this round where this is match point. Yes, don't get me wrong, 13 is the number of rounds you need to win it, but look at the economy situation of True Rippers. If they lose this, VLT gets match point and they get an economic advantage. You have to feel like it's all she wrote.
An economic advantage is going to mean quite a lot this late in the game. And considering the fact that VLT were down huge, they were down high time.
Oh, I love this.
And they're still able to get the round on the board, and they're able to actually pretty much get an advantage in the round lead. That's all they really need. The one-tap God's able to find a frag, and that's all True Rippers needed to kick things off in this round. Cosmic Divide as well, we did see it being utilized, and you said you loved it.
I liked it for the
pretty good.
simple fact that it cut off C, Garage, as well as B at the same time. But they made a crucial mistake, Necro. They dry peek one-tap God. You can't do that, man. You just can't do that.
I mean, one-tap God, yeah, you do not really want to give this guy the momentum that he wants with the operator. If he finds one frag, it's like he's kind of like a well-oiled machine after that, so you do not want to oil him. And the oil is the enemy's blood. But there you go, Deathmaker just straight up dashes in. And Deathmaker pretty much just being alpha male in the lobby, just dominating these betas in the front. 3 players alive from the side of True Rippers now. And instant lockdown will be used as well to make sure that there's no presence of enemies even in these surroundings.
It's especially
so one-tap God.
They know that as long as they win this round, they've effectively got the next in the bag. The eco will be broken. Great awareness from Velocity Gaming, where normally you'd think investing that killjoy might be unnecessary. That lockdown is going to be crucial now to delaying this retake for that much longer and allowing VLT to play these off angles.
Oh my god, how does he still find that even though he's just peeked out in the first place? Master the only man left alive, and yeah, nothing much can be done. He's also suppressed. He's trying to just get the operator in the hands, but oh, Deathmaker doesn't exactly know that Master's right behind him, but now he will definitely know. Still, the presence is unknown, and Master's too busy looking around.
No, I
Forgets that he's not in a garden.
He heard Deathmaker's footsteps, so he was scared that Deathmaker probably holding defender side spawn. But at that point, Master, you just got to take the risk, you know, go for the jump.
Yeah,
peaks,
you gotta
pull out the classic and hope the best weapon in the game saves you.
Nah, just go for the jump peaks and try to go for some star plays, dude. Just some highlight plays, some flashy moments.
Hey,
this is what I live for.
Talking about flashy moments, look, here they are able to afford somewhat of a full buy. One Bulldog with light shields, one Vandal with light shields, but they're heavily relying on Paradox pulling out his Tour de Force. Now, I'm scared about that because either he's not going to get a peak the way he's going, or he just gets shut down from that KO utility, and it's just not going to be a peak because VLT, they're hard rushing onto side. The Rolling Thunder is invested to delay a little bit, buy them some time, but that's all it's going to be.
Oh my god. Huge. Bones playing a crucial role inside the site.
Okay,
And one-tap God, of course, is going to mop him up as well from the back. But Bones, this man is the cleaner of VLT on that C site. And another round on the board for True Rippers, but still they're barely holding off on the edge. So VLT, they're going to be having still a decent amount of money to get the rifles on the board, and that's all they exactly needed. And HellFF, yeah, he will also be able to get the rifles on the board. Amaterasu has a decent amount of cash in the pockets.
Yeah, and personally, like, I have to say, it's also a little unlucky for Paradox in the sense that I feel like if he had the Tour de Force this round, he could have just single-handedly clutched it because we know how cracked this player is. Especially with the way he's evolved throughout the VCC, where he went from a Jet only one-trick pony to now he plays Viper, Chamber, and all sorts of things just to allow one-tap God to unleash themselves. But talking about unleashing themselves, VLT, they're like, all right, you know what? We won the same site, but we're not going to bother with a split C execute and all that. W1 to C, my boys, for the win.
Talking about W King. For now, these are just some equal fair trades. Another one to follow through from Crosshair. Nice shot on the LFF, instantly just slapping him off the board. Overboard finds 1-2. Another one to follow through. Trades happening back and forth, and now we're left with a 2-on-2. 4 players on live. And yep, as you mentioned, again, it's just trades happening back and forth. It's like things is just going back and forth, and we'll keep this in mind. Two Rippers are playing for their lifeline in the VCC, but right to Ace with that headshot, also kicking them out of the VCC, and look at right to Ace. Right to Ace clearly really happy, kicking True Rippers out this game, and truly ripping them apart on the map of Haven 2, just proving them unparalleled, but still, True Rippers as well, they give it all they had in the VCC 2022, so give it up for them too, but Velocity are the current team that have booked their slot against God Particles in the Grand Finals.
Yeah, and I'd really like to give it up for Velocity Gaming, right to Ace especially. What a shot to finish it off. The dance comes in too, and he's like, yo, we're not messing around, boys. We might be down in the gutter for a couple of minutes, but we are Velocity Gaming, and you can certainly feel that velocity from this map and this series. Now going forward into the finals, Velocity Gaming, they have God Particles to beat, and hey, that's going to be easier said than done. But before that, I'd like to talk about this series for a second too. Because again, reiterating the fact that True Rippers, they made top 4 twice in a row now in VCC Qualifier 2. And given the fact that this team has just recently changed up its style, right? Paradox used to be that only jet player. They've only recently switched up to him being that flex player where one-tap guard becomes the primary duelist. Consistently finishing in the top 4 shows that they're going in the right direction. I just hope they keep persevering because this is just the start of the year. And I want to see True Rippers going up, up, and above.
I do want to see True Rippers go up, up, and above too, but hey, again, unfortunately, their journey in the VCC is going to end. But hey, as I mentioned, there's a lot of third-party events happening in India. Like, I've seen so many happen, so you always have that chance to try and improve yourself until the next year comes, and maybe a VCC 2023 2 leaks, question mark? But no, we don't have any confirmation on that just yet. But yeah, just you got to always keep on trying for these moments, man. You never know, a moment can just pop up in front of you, and you just gotta be ready to grab it. But taking a look at the scoreboard, Deathmaker, of course, with 22 kills on the board, 18 deaths, and 6 assists. On the other hand, Crosshair's the man who stepped up.
Yeah, Crosshair really stepped up. I still remember that 4K he was able to get on the eco round coming in from the attacker side spawn towards C long, just pop, 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 pop. But at the end of the day, if you're talking about the Sova that secured it all, right to Ace was the real hunter. Beautiful shot
right
towards that last. That flick was so
he has the right to hunt,
and it makes a lot of sense. Remember, this was India's first Radiant, and these are lads that in closed beta playing on like European lobbies with 120 140 ping. They were Immortal 3, Immortal 2. You know they're cracked, but it's been a while since we've seen them in that prime time form. VLT showing up once again, but True Rippers, they made it oh so close, man. I really wish we could have seen some overtime.
Yeah, I also wanted to see some overtime, but VLT, they just had their morals boosted up high, but still that final round just pretty much went back and forth, back and forth. It was just equal trades happening on both the sides, but right to Ace just shattering their dreams and hopes in the VCC, and now their journey ends. True Rippers are out the VCC. Better luck next time, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, as Sia said, just keep trying, keep persevering, because always there's a room for improvement. And True Rippers, you guys definitely have the caliber. Do not keep all the players that you guys have in the roster, please, because each and every single player is linked pretty well to the other player in the team. So you guys need each and every single player to move in forward. But Deathmaker over here with 43 frags, of course, and 27 deaths and 8 assists is going to be the MVP of this best of 3 series. Actually, it was only 2 maps being played.
Yeah, Deathmaker really popped the heck off, especially in Breeze. He was on an absolute tear. It really did feel like an extremely comfortable map for him, and I think VLT have clearly established tomorrow for God Particles. Yo, you guys might be good on Breeze, but hey, it's one of our most comfortable maps, and I'm excited to see that showdown where God Particles are so damn good on Breeze. Knight Rider was popping heads left, right, center. Knight Rider versus Deathmaker, Velocity versus God Particles. The finals are going to be freaking insane, Necro.
Oh yeah, indeed. The finals are going to be insane, but still, you never know, man. Maybe it can just be a one-sided affair where VLT is just able to crack the code against God Particles and they just storm through. But again, guessing from what happened yesterday, I don't think so that's going to be the case. So yeah, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, for the grand finals, which are probably going to be happening tomorrow. But again, you guys need to follow the NODWIN Gaming socials as well for extra bit of info, because still never know if there's any issues at the last moment. So you guys need to follow there for updates live. But yeah, for now, this is the team card in front of us, and Deathmaker, of course, just leading the charge with 65 kills. CA, that's a lot.
Yeah, VLT winning this map, winning this series, of course the map also, but not just doing it in a casual manner. They do it a la mode, you know, in style. They pick it up.
A la mode.
Yeah.
What is that?
It literally means in style, in French.
Oh.
With flair, I think is what it literally means actually. Hey, somebody maybe who is a French major can translate in chat. I do think I'm right, but hey, what we are talking about is the fact that VLT does seem to have returned to that prime vein of form, but going up against God Particles tomorrow, well, that's going to be a different beast altogether, because this team, they're feeling the momentum, Necro. They've taken down the defending champions, and, well, understandably now are maybe even the favorites going into this. Hard to say, because I feel like tomorrow's finals is the perfectly matched scenario where this is what I've loved about VCC2 so far. Every single finals that we've gone to, it doesn't seem like one team is dominating it, especially in the India qualifiers. We don't know which way it's going to go, which is the best case scenario for us neutral observers, because we always want to be told that, hey, it could go this way, it could go that way. What we do know is it's most likely going to go all 5 maps.
Yeah, best of 5 series tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. The grand finals of VCC, all 5 maps. But I'm going to hold on to my words for now, because we have someone from VLT who's going to talk for me now.
This is my first finals of VCC. So
एक चीज पूछूंगा, आई मीन अब इतना कॉन्फिडेंस कहाँ से आता है? सी साइड पे हर बार आप ऐसे एंट्री लेते हैं जैसे लाइक पेपर है उस साइड, क्या कहाँ से ऐसा कॉन्फिडेंस?
बस अरे हम लोग के जो टीममेट्स है अनुज या जो लोग ये, हाँ, तो वो लोग मेरे को बोलते कि जा सनी जस्ट एंटर एंड किल, तो इसके लिए जस्ट मैं गुस्से रहता हूँ और क्या।
हाँ, सबका नाम ले लीजिए, सबके बारे में बता दीजिए।
अनुज, एस, मार्जिल, विवोर NLF
ये
MW1 as well।
जी, ये थोड़ा लेफ्ट राइट हुआ अभी, कोई बात नहीं, उस चीज को अभी हम लोग साइड से सरकने देंगे। बट चलिए कल के दिन के लिए बात करते हैं। हमने पिछले कल देखा ग्लोबल ई स्पोर्ट्स को हार का सामना करना पड़ा गॉड पार्टिकल्स के अगेंस्ट, और कल तो आपका सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट दिन रहेगा, क्योंकि फाइनल जो है गॉड पार्टिकल्स के अगेंस्ट। तो किस तरीके से आप लोग खुद को प्रिपेयर करने वाले हैं आज के दिन के बाद कल के फाइनल्स के लिए जो बेस्ट ऑफ 5 रहेगा?
कल के फाइनल्स के लिए अगर ऑनेस्टली बताओ तो हम लोग ने उतना कुछ नहीं सोचा है। हम लोग के दिमाग में बस यही चीज़ है कि कल एक गेम होने वाला है हम लोग को, सॉरी कल एक गेम है हम लोग का, तो हम लोग को बस हर एक प्लेयर को अपना लाइक वी नीड टू, हम लोग को मतलब हर एक प्लेयर को अच्छा खेलना है इन शॉर्ट
जी।
तो अगर हम सब ने अगर अच्छा खेला तो ऑफकोर्स हम लोग ही जीतने वाले हैं कल, तो देखते हैं कल क्या होता है।
एग्जैक्टली, आई मीन ये चीज़ आई थिंक विभोर से भी हमने पहले सुनी थी कि थोड़ा फोकस मैच के ऊपर बस इस बात का रहता है कि हमको अपना बेस्ट डिलीवर करना है। एंड डेथ मेकर आज अपने बहुत अच्छा बेस्ट दिया है, खासतौर से ब्रीज पे जिस तरह का एक क्विक गेम देखने को मिला। क्या रिएक्शन था टीम का उस वीटो के बाद कि ब्रीज खाली छोड़ दिया गया है? वाज एवरीवन जस्ट लाइक स्टोक्ड कि चलिए अब तो जीत हासिल हो जाएगी?
हम लोग के दिमाग में वही था कि अगर ब्रीज छोड़ दिया, हम लोग के सामने अगर कोई भी टीम आए ब्रीज छोड़ दिया तो हम लोग ऑफ कोर्स वो मैप तो पिक करने ही वाले। और ब्रीज में लाइक ये जो स्कोर था हम लोग के दिमाग में था कि कुछ स्कोर लाइक 340 होने वाला है, तो बस वही हुआ है अभी।
एग्जैक्टली, आई मीन जैसा सोचा था वैसा ही आज का रिजल्ट देखने को मिला। डेथ मेकर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस फॉर दिस इंटरव्यू, और कल के लिए ऑल द बेस्ट।
ऑल द बेस्ट,
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच।
God Particles, there's a tip right there for you. Go ahead and ban Breeze tomorrow, because
nope. That's not happening. God Particles are not banning Breeze, man. They're one of the best on Breeze, and I think they're gonna take this as a challenge. Well, bro, we just took down the defending champions, VLT. Sure, you might feel confident, but we'll throw that confidence in the trash can, and I think that's especially what's important. But hey, Harsh Divan is gonna be someone who's especially happy today for all of that exclusive merchandise he's gonna get.
Ooh, all the way up to Hyderabad, man. Congratulations, man. You've won the giveaway over here of the NODWIN Valorant Conquerors Championship exclusive merch is going to be probably delivered to your house. So just wear that t-shirt, send a couple of selfies to me and see on our social medias if you wonder what our social medias are right here. And yeah, go ahead and feel free to follow us on our socials. Instagram, Twitter, pretty much the same. Same thing goes for CA as well. Because again, we are pretty active on that, and if you guys also want to have a couple of questions, couple of talk with us, we are more than happy to reply to your guys' messages, because I personally try to acknowledge all the messages I get.
Yeah, me too. But I just want to say about the interview real quick. That maker, I call cap. I don't believe when he says that the team just says go enter and kill. We talked about this before. The executes that VLT have, they just seem way too fluid for it to be like, okay, we're going C, that maker you kill. No, I'm pretty sure that they gone into customs, they practiced which angles they want to take. Yes, of course, when things get a little chaotic, that's where that factor comes in, where they say that maker go and kill. But I call cap on the fact that the way they execute is just like Sunny go kill. Nah, I don't believe that.
I mean, he just does not want to leak the strats, man. Come on, he just does not want to leak the stats.
That's what
We're
my
talking
job
about. Yeah. See, it's probably gonna leak all the. He's probably gonna spill all the beans on his YouTube channel. But yeah, that's another rodeo. But talking about that, it's time for us to end the day. As we know, True Rippers now have been kicked off by VLT, and VLT is securing their spot in the grand finals of India Qualifiers 2. Tomorrow is where the grand finals are probably going to be played, a best-of-5 series. And to wait out, as I mentioned, you guys will have to wait till tomorrow, so the suspense will keep going for you guys. With that being said, it's time for us to take a break, and it's time for us to take a leave too. So it's Necro and CA signing off.
Listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to you.
Bring this a army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determining life of mankind against the rest. How we breathe faith, we got us bleeding in streets, but keep faith.
Yes, so the people right now, pegboard nerds, mods, I have you locking at the sound. All of the gal I go passing when me boy I go drop them a coming. Murderers. Me are the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out some mics. You better turn it, I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around me, I go on them. Listen to the word and the fire you caught in the middle. When the flames get higher, put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man signal, give a sign. And pull your gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man signal, give a sign. And pull your gun finger trigger. Put your gun finger trigger. Pull your And put your gun for your trigger. It's a bad man signal, give a sign. And put your gun for your trigger.
You're the superstar above me when the sun goes down. The one and only who could light this town. And when you're feeling like you're burning out, I will remind you that you're a superstar and you don't need a golden crown. 'Cause everybody needs a hero now. And when the weight is like 1,000,000 pounds, I'll stand behind you. 'Cause you're a superstar, superstar. You're the superstar and you don't need a golden crown. 'Cause everybody needs a hero now. And when the weight is like 1,000,000 pounds, I'll stand behind you. 'Cause you're a superstar, superstar. 'Cause you're a superstar, superstar. Superstar.